This is Fate, Monday the 4th of August. Please kindly subscribe, like, comment and share. Karen calls Nidhi from the landline, but she disconnects the call, assuming it's the servant. Nidhi tells the Luthras that she won't spare Rajveer. Rocky recalls how Rajveer helped her. Karen calls Rocky, but she also disconnects the call. He wonders why no one is picking up and then calls the fire brigade. He says he won't let anything happen to Preeta and runs towards the servant quarters. Preeta struggles to breathe and collapses. Karen is shocked to see her and realizes he can't enter through the door due to the fire. He asks her not to be scared and tells her he's coming. He enters the servant quarters through the window. Meanwhile, Rajveer gives his phone to the Luthras. Nidhi tells him he'll be punished for his actions. Sandy says he suspected Rajveer's intentions when he saw him at the party. Rajveer tells him not to interfere. Rishabh accuses Rajveer of showing attitude despite being in the wrong. He scolds the event manager for hiring Rajveer and reveals that Rajveer works for their rival company. The Luthras decide to lock Rajveer in a room. Mahesh warns Rajveer not to try escaping, and they lock him up. Preeta and Karen share an eye lock. Saida song plays in the background. She tells him there's a fire behind him. He stares at her. She drags him away to save him. Karen is shocked to see Preeta standing in front of him. He hugs her to protect her from the fire. She gets glimpses of her past and starts coughing. He asks if she's okay. She asks why he came there. He wonders why she called him AAP. Mahesh asks Rishabh why the police haven't arrived yet. Rishabh asks him to calm down. Mahesh says maybe Shaurya did wrong, but that doesn't mean Rajveer should mess with Shaurya's life. Rocky asks him not to get angry and questions Rishabh about what Rajveer said. Nidhi tells Rocky that Rajveer came to take revenge on Shaurya because Palki's marriage got cancelled due to him. Rocky points out that Shaurya also did wrong and scolds Nidhi for not keeping an eye on Shaurya. She says Shaurya even insults his own family and reveals what she saw in his room. Rishabh and Mahesh are shocked. Rocky says she would have stopped Shaurya if she had known his intentions. She questions how Nidhi didn't know what her own son was up to. Nidhi says Rocky always blames her and insists Rajveer is the one who did wrong. Rocky tells her to teach Shaurya the difference between right and wrong. Shaurya regains consciousness and remembers what happened. Karina tells him Rajveer is responsible for the accident. Daddy says they can't blame Rajveer without proof. Shaurya recalls seeing Rajveer near the mic wires and insists he's behind everything. He storms off. Nidhi tries to calm herself down and says she now understands what Rocky's problem is. Shaurya calls her and asks where Rajveer is. She tells him Rajveer is locked in the guest room. Inside the guest room, Rajveer assumes Preeta has left for home. Shaurya arrives and asks if Rajveer is behind everything. Rajveer says he's happy to see Shaurya in this condition. They fight. Rishabh arrives and stops them, warning them to stay away from each other. Elsewhere, Karen asks Preeta what she's doing there. She says she came to find Rajveer. He asks about her relationship with Rajveer. She's about to answer, but the fire spreads, so they move. He holds her to protect her from the fire. Saida song plays again. Rocky enters the guest room and asks what happened. Rishabh tries to hide Rajveer and Shaurya's fight from her, but Rocky figures it out and scolds both of them. She tells Rishabh to take Shaurya with him. Shaurya yells and storms out. Rishabh follows. Rajveer asks Rocky how they tolerate Shaurya's behavior. Rocky slaps him and asks if he thought about what would happen to them if something had happened to Shaurya. She says she didn't expect this from him and warns him not to repeat it. Rajveer says he knows he hurt her, but it was necessary to teach Shaurya a lesson. He adds that this is just the beginning. Karen tells Preeta he's glad she's safe. Preeta thanks him for saving her life. He says he's happy his Preeta is alive and holds her. She looks confused. Palki waits outside the Luthra house and tells herself she'll break her friendship with Rajveer. She wonders if Rajveer found Preeta. Sandy sees Palki and informs Shaurya. Nidhi notices smoke coming from the servant quarters. Preeta takes Karen's name, and he gets excited that she recognized him. He tells her Shaurya needs her. Rishabh tells Shaurya he can do what he wants but should do the right thing. Shaurya says he doesn't want others interfering. Preeta tells Karen that Shaurya is a good person but needs guidance. Karen cries, and Preeta assumes it's because of the smoke. Shaurya again insists he doesn't want anyone interfering. Nidhi joins them, and Shaurya says his family keeps upsetting him, especially Rishabh. Rishabh says Shaurya loses control in anger and that the family worries for him. Shaurya blames Rajveer for everything. Rishabh questions him about who kidnapped Palki and stopped her wedding. Shaurya gets angry and walks off. Rishabh tells Nidhi not to support Shaurya. Shaurya heads toward the guest room. Sandy stops him and says Palki is outside. They go to find her. Rajveer overhears and gets worried. He notices the window and escapes. Nidhi sees the fire in the servant quarters and is about to call the fire brigade but stops after seeing Preeta inside. She walks away. Karan tells Preeta he found a blanket and towel and that they need water. Preeta takes him to the kitchen. Nidhi recalls Karina saying she saw Preeta and feels angry that despite everything she's done for the Luthras, only Preeta matters. She vows not to let Preeta take Shaurya and Karan from her and decides to stop anyone from meeting Preeta. Karan covers Preeta with a towel. She says he's a good person, and he's surprised by her praise. She starts coughing and struggles to breathe. Shaurya and Sandy go outside and find Palki. Shaurya asks what she's doing there. She says she's not in his house and walks away. Shaurya tells Sandy he won't spare her and goes back inside. Karan tells Preeta about their first meeting and their past. Preeta starts getting flashbacks. He says he was Karan Luthra to the world, but she was his world. He tells her he lost himself when she was gone and feels like he's found himself again after seeing her. Preeta loses consciousness, and Karan starts coughing. Nidhi hopes Preeta dies in the fire. She's relieved that the Luthras haven't seen Preeta yet. She wonders why Preeta came back. Rocky says it smells like something is burning. Nidhi overhears and burns an invitation to pretend it's the source. She tells Rocky and Karina the smoke is from the invite. Karina says the smoke is too much and coming from the other side. She and Rocky go to check. Nidhi hurts her leg and screams. Karina and Rocky take her inside. Karan tells himself that the fire is spreading fast. He screams for help and covers Preeta with a blanket. Rajveer sees Kritika and worries the Luthras will lock him up again if she informs them. Please kindly subscribe, like, comment and share.